each day, and that's what makes it work. Now we're going to have the highlight of the program. Of those of you that have been here before, you know this is the awards part of the program. We really labor hard over making each award to go along with the diploma that is very specific to your child. Some of them are tongue-in-cheek, all are done with great love, so I hope you enjoy this part of the program. Mrs. Lapardo?
Good morning. Thanks for waiting for us. We had a little bit of hat problems, but it's always something. But thank you. First, I want to just say thank you to everybody for bringing your beautiful children to us and trusting them to us. We love them, and we told them that we want them to come back and visit us, and that they'll always have a special place in our hearts. Okay, so on to awards. Our first little boy loves video games. In fact, when he talks about them, he describes them in great detail, and it actually makes you feel like you're there with him inside the game. He just lives, breathes, and sleeps video games. So for his, the future video game designer for Nintendo Corporation is going to Marcello. Our next little girl is very curious about everything. She wants to know what you're doing, where you're going, why you're doing this. She'll climb up on things just to get a better look if she can't see something. And if we're walking online, we have to keep an eye on her because she may be off in some corner exploring if something catches her eye. So for her adventurous spirit and curiosity, the Lewis and Clark Explorer Award goes to Ren. Our next little boy is usually very quiet and soft-spoken. Sometimes he blends in the group and you're not even sure that he's there because he's so quiet, until he smiles. Then he smiles, it's like somebody turned on a high-wattage light bulb in the classroom. He's got the best smile. So the Crest Toothpaste Beautiful Smile Award goes to Logan. Show that smile. Our next little girl is very organized. When she's doing a project, she has everything lined up before she gets started. And this organization carries over even into her relationships with her friends. She can organize games, she has a role for everybody to play, and she always has a plan, and she's able to follow through on that. So our Future Teacher Award goes to Sienna. Our next little boy loves books. His favorite time during class time is book time. Yeah, that's one of the few times he'll sit and he's lost in a book. He loves it and he knows how to read already, and he's got quite a few words that he can read, and he finds sight words for us in our room, so it's really great. So our Future Librarian for the Library of Congress Award goes to Dominic. Our next little boy loves Legos. In fact, that was one of his favorite things to bring in for show and tell. He has all of the little Lego guys, and he can tell you their life story. He knows exactly what they're up to and what they're doing and where they're from. And he builds the most wonderful creations with Legos. And everything he builds has a selling point. So, our future CEO for the Lego Corporation goes to James. Our next little girl would come into school and not talk to anybody. She wouldn't even look at anybody, in fact. She had to be coaxed to play, and she was just very shy and quiet. But as time went on, she conquered her shyness, and she became a wonderful friend to everybody in the classroom. She always had something kind and sweet to say to everybody, and it would just make you feel good. So our Butterfly Award for overcoming her shyness goes to Sabrina. Our next little girl is Happy. Happy is surrounded by crayons and markers, colored pencils, and paper. She makes the most beautiful drawings, and she shares all of them with her classmates. And she always has something to give to you that's really beautiful and creative. So our Leonardo da Vinci Award for her artistic ability goes to Anna Maria. And our next little girl gets along with everybody. And she can talk to adults, children, and anybody who comes in the room, she's got a smile for and is happy to sit down with and have a conversation with. So our Miss Congeniality Award goes to Juliana. Our next little boy knows and loves animals. He can tell you about where they live, what they eat, how they travel together, and when we do our word list for the letters we were doing earlier, he would come in with all kinds of animal names. And he knew what they were, and a lot of times he taught me because I have some of these things I never heard of. He even came with animals to ask. So from his knowledge of the animal kingdom, the future head of the Bronx Zoo Award goes to Jack. Our next little girl has a very nurturing heart. She is always willing to help somebody or go over to a classmate if they're unhappy or something's wrong. In fact, when we had sibling visitation day, she took little Gracie under her wing and made sure that she was comfortable and happy all day long. So for her kind and nurturing heart, our future Mother of the Year award goes to Carol. Is another one of those people who's very quiet, but if he's not in class, everybody misses him. They all know he's not there. He's another one. He gets along with everyone, and he's very cooperative, and he's got a sweet nature, and he's got a very calming effect on whoever he comes in contact with. So our Sunshine Award for his sweet, cooperative personality goes to Drew. Our next little girl comes to school dressed always in the latest fashion. Mrs. G and I are always admiring her outfits and her shoes and want to borrow them. And she also knows how to wear her clothes. She walks with great grace and beauty and looks like a model. So the InStyle Magazine Award for Fashion and Modeling goes to Anna Maria. And our next award goes to a little boy who loves nature. He knows all about insects, and he's not afraid of them either. He's told me he's seen a scorpion. Later I found out it was in the museum. He's eaten crayfish, and he knew all about our butterflies and their life cycle and how they grow, and he enjoys sharing his knowledge of nature with others. So our Future Naturalist Award goes to Sean. And our next little boy is another font of knowledge. Doesn't matter what the subject is, he can tell you something about it. If it's dinosaurs or music, he's the one we go to for answers. So our Google Award for his vast body of knowledge on any subject goes to Rick. Our next little boy always starts the day with, "Guess what, teacher?" And then he launches into a great big story. And he's very expressive, and his face is going, and he has all kinds of details. So he always spins out these beautiful stories. So our future New York Times best-selling author award goes to Aiden. And our last award goes to a little girl who is also very quiet when she started the school year. She didn't want to do her work a lot of times because she felt she didn't know how to do it and she didn't have the confidence. But through the year, she grew a lot more confident and she was willing to try anything we did in class. She got her hands dirty, she got in with the crowd, and she realized that she can do anything that she sets her mind to. So our Rose Award for blooming into a capable little girl goes to Chloe.
I think that's it.
Thank you so much.
I tried to convince her.